This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
iFIBER Communications is the brainchild of these men, Jason Patterson and Kelly Ryan, and so is the iFIBER burger.
A Thursday afternoon property fire in the Wenatchee area scrambled emergency personnel and threatened several nearby homes briefly. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife is facing a $7 million budget deficit.
Ever since the Steel Vikings joined the CWAC about 10 years ago, their softball team has bullied the afraid Tigers.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
iFIBER Communications is the brainchild of these men, Jason Patterson and Kelly Ryan, and so is the iFIBER burger, now served as Rock Top's Burger of the Month for May. iFIBER delivers some of the fastest, if not the fastest, internet in Washington State. But now, we might be able to crown the ISP as a serious culinary contributor to the food scene in Moses Lake. Unveiled Thursday, the iFIBER burger is already getting a thumbs up from the masses.
Without a doubt, this is probably the best burger I've ever had in my life. And I'm a burger aficionado. Usually 2 to 3 times a week. This one takes the cake.
Perfect. How's the burger, everybody?
It's great.
It's good?
Fantastic.
Really good? What do you like about it?
Sauce, crispiness, the onions, pickles, a nice hit of acid. I mean, it's a well-balanced burger. Cheese sauce, it's like over the top.
So what's on it? Well, we'll keep some of the ingredients a secret, but it's safe to say that a secret sauce complemented by a custom pickle relish, caramelized onions, fried onions, and bacon makes for an amazing eat. Okay, so it wasn't all Jason and Kelly. It was actually a collaborative effort with a select group of iFIBER staff and Rock Top Burgers and Brew. Solid chefs at home, we did ask them about the concept behind the burger.
Well, it was just something one of our family favorites. You know, we do a little appetizer called steak bites, Diablo steak bites. We love the sauce so much, we took the sauce, and that was really the basis of the burger, was the sauce. And we kind of took the sauce, thickened it up, made an aioli out of it, and then on a burger, and that's where it started. The rest of it was a collaboration between us and the rest of the team, and it turned out excellent.
So the other thing we thought was important, again, with the entire program here, is that we're working with boys and girls, and that's where we bought the auctions, where we got the opportunity to help out. And for iFIBER, again, we always are thinking, community first, and being part of that. And again, this was a great way to give back. It was wonderful working with the young people that helped us create then on his creation, and working then along with the chefs here at Rock Top to come up with the final design. And we're just real proud to be part of it.
So this is our third time doing our of the month burger this way. What it was it's an auction item at the Boys and Girls Club annual auction, and people get to purchase it. So this is our third time. First two, we had the lovely Rhonda Casciotti create the burgers. This time, however, is a little bit different because we've teamed up with iFIBER 1 and then also in addition 10 Pin and Boys and Girls Club. So for every burger of the month sold this month, $1 from Rock Top as well as iFIBER will be donated back to the Boys and Girls Club. So it kind of gave us a chance to do something fun and different, new burger, as well as give back.
The restaurant's newest menu item is also getting high praise from Rock Top staff.
I think it's good. I think that iFIBER did a great job being a little bit creative with it and bringing in their own spice mix and creating a very unique sauce that we've never really seen done before, both in flavor and in process. And then we were able to add our own little spin with the thin cucumber ribbons, which really made it a little unique with a little bit of spicy and crunchy.
And if you're looking to save some coin on your internet bill, it's as easy as showing off your receipt.
So part of the iFIBER burger at Rock Top is celebrating our customers and celebrating the community. So something we're doing is if you come to Rock Top and try our burger, please take a picture of your receipt, send it to our Facebook page. All existing customers are going to go into a drawing, and every week we're going to be giving away free internet, cool prizes, maybe Roku and that kind of stuff. And any new customers, if you send us a picture of your receipt on our Facebook page, we're going to be giving you a free install for any internet orders. So we're just really excited about it.
Depending on the popularity of the iFIBER burger, restaurant managers say it could become a permanent item on the menu. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News. This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
A Thursday afternoon property fire in the Wenatchee area scrambled emergency personnel and threatened several nearby homes briefly. The blaze broke out in a small ravine in the 500 block of Lower Sunny Slope Road shortly before 2 p.m. and prompted the response of Chelan County Fire Districts No. 1 and 6, as well as the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. The fire was fanned by brisk southwesterly winds and spread swiftly up the sides of the property's flanks, where it torched a number of tall pine trees and sent neighboring residents into a panic.
I was sitting in my dining room and I just thought it was clouds going in front of the sun behind me and was losing light. And I turned around and I saw flames and ran outside and saw my husband running already, so he was fully aware. And the wind is coming, from the west towards us and towards our house. So we just immediately went into the mode of, what do we need to get out of the house? And so he was helping out here water our yard and get things ready down here, and I started throwing things in the car in case we had to get out of our house fast.
The fire blackened roughly an acre of trees and other vegetation on the property's northern slopes, destroying a variety of things in the process, like this riding lawnmower, as well as several vehicles, including these pickup trucks. Firefighters were able to quickly contain the blaze and keep it from spreading further in spite of the strong winds and a lack of hydrant access, and took precautions to prevent adjoining areas of the dry landscape from igniting as well.
What we know so far is there was a fire in a valley. Unsure how it started at this time. A couple structures were threatened, some trees were burned. We were able to contain the fire in about 30 minutes. I believe that we have it contained right now. We're in a mop-up phase right now.
Fire officials say it will be difficult or perhaps even impossible to pinpoint exactly where and how the blaze sparked, since so many potential ignition sources were found at the scene. Investigators are looking into the possibility that the property owner was conducting an illegal burn which caused the fire. Several neighbors told iFIBER 1 News that the homeowner's activities at the property have been an ongoing concern, including the frequent burning of refuse and yard waste there. Agents with the Wenatchee Valley Animal Care and Control were also summoned in response to an injured pet at the property. No structures were damaged or destroyed in the fire, and there were no injuries reported. Fire officials say the blaze is a reminder to conduct controlled burns in a safe manner and never to do so in such windy conditions. Reporting for iFIBER 1 News, I'm Chris Hansen.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife is facing a $7 million budget deficit after a bill that aimed to increase the cost of hunting and angling licenses in the state failed to garner legislative approval. The measure would have upped the cost of such licenses by 15% and marked the first time they had gone up in almost a decade. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife's request for additional money from the state's general fund to help fill in a structural funding shortfall was also largely denied by state lawmakers, who did grant the agency a one-time allocation of $24 million instead. The department was also seeking a permanent reauthorization of the Columbia River salmon and steelhead endorsement, which also failed to pass and would have brought in over $3 million in revenue. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife's overall budget request included $60 million in funding, with roughly 25% stemming from the bill, which would have raised licensing fees for hunting and angling. The red ink affecting the agency might soon impact its services within the state, including expansions and enhancements to programs involving conservation, law enforcement, hatcheries, and hunting and fishing access. Officials with the department say they will do everything in their power to avoid laying off staff, but that this measure may ultimately be deemed as necessary. Reporting for iFIBER 1 News, I'm Chris Hansen.
Ever since the Steel Vikings joined the CWAC about 10 years ago, their softball team has bullied the Ephrata Tigers. The Tigers have never beaten the Vikings since they joined the CWAC, and in most cases, Sela would beat Ephrata via mercy rule. The losing streak was ended in spectacular fashion on Thursday night when the Tigers swept the Vikings in a doubleheader. The first game, the Tigers gave the Vikings a taste of their own medicine when they beat them via mercy rule 13-3 in 6 innings. The second game was a win for the Tigers, but was a much harder victory. The Vikings led for the majority of the game after scoring 2 runs in the first inning. The Tigers came from behind to score 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, both with pitcher Jocelyn Eisen at the plate. Eisen proved she had ice running through her veins when she hit the go-ahead RBI, then turned around and struck out 2 batters in the top of the 7th, ultimately leading her team to a 4-3 victory in the second game.
It's almost like I'm used to it at this point. You have to train for that kind of stuff to actually do it. And so in practice we do situations and stuff, and that translates into the game, and that's how you have to win games.
As the final home game, it was also senior night, but there was only one senior on the team, Paige Davis.
It felt really good, especially since this is my last time on this field, and this is the first time we've beat Sela, let alone 10-run them in the last 10 years, so that was good.
The Tigers finished 11-2 in league play, good enough to finish as the number 2 seed, and 18-2 on the season. East Valley of Yakima will play Ellensburg on Friday night in the final day of league play. If Ellensburg wins one of the 2 games, then Ephrata and East Valley will end as co-league champions. But the Tigers will remain the number 2 seed. If Ellensburg sweeps East Valley, then Ephrata would finish as the outright league champs and be the number 1 seed. Either way, the Tigers will avoid the first 2 rounds of the CWAC tournament and will next play on Saturday at 1 p.m. in the CWAC semifinals at Carlin Park in Sela. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.